impostor masquerading as the Mantis has been wreaking havoc on the settled systems, ignoring the law to mete out their own brand of vigilante justice. Pursuing bounties without authorization, torturing targets, executing the accused awaiting trial. If we allow this criminal to continue unabated, we run the risk of upending the very system that keeps us all in check. For various reasons, the threat level has been recently evaluated.
Watch more than you speak.
I now clear this as a high-priority bounty, restricted to approved trackers only. Come see me if you remain
What are you
undone.
standing around for when there's fugitives
Your
on the
alliance is strong, and that indeed you are. I had a feeling you might be interested in this target in particular. Do I really need to say it? In service to that, I have information that might direct your search. An update via relay from one of our specialized trackers looking into the matter. Gale. He promised a lead on our target's base of operations, a find sure to tip the scales in our favor. Had he managed to transmit the details, I would provide them to you without hesitation. Unfortunately, we lost communication before he could find an opportunity, and I have not heard from him in some time. That is where you should start your search. Access the data beacon Gale last used to transmit his signal, and see if you can get a read on his location. You won't be the first tracker sent in pursuit of this imposter Mantis, but if all goes well, you will be the last. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
Someone would show up sooner or later. Respond. I know you hear me. Pick up the comm, or I start blasting. There's a reason everyone says your trackers are reliable. Right on schedule. Oh, don't you worry about us. We came prepared. We got our crew scattered all around this system, and we'll shoot you down if even a single weapon of yours lights up. So drop the act and hand over the bounty. Ain't fair you trackers keep the good ones all to yourself. So be smart. Take our offer. Hand over whatever you've got and we'll at least leave you alive when we're done divvying up the score. Whoa, wait! You didn't say nothing about going after that nut job. We hear the same stories you do. You so much as jaywalk and the Mantis finds you and strings you up. Ain't no hero left in there. You're missing a few screws if you think you're pawning that death sentence off on us. We're out of here before they catch us talking to you. Only a matter of time until they catch up to you, Tracker.
No one said this mark was giving everyone a hard time. But they're gonna love how easy I picked up the trail. Couple more jobs like this, and I think I can make a case to take on my own contracts. Just have to figure out how. What the hell is Ecliptic doing out here? Cutting the transmission short. Gonna try slingshotting around McClure, touching down off their radar. Worst comes to worst, I'll lay low until someone from HQ picks up my ping. Come on. I know you got some life in you, Hummingbird. Don't quit on me now, girl.
something interesting. Well, go ahead and take that off your hands. Push up, we got him outnumbered.
Manus, I brought in another couple bounties. Hope you're keeping up.
Agent Koyos, at your service. What do you request of me? Serious inquiries only. That action is well within my assigned purview. Allow me a moment. Data access complete. Partial corruption noted. Attempting reconstruction, repairing. Unable to fully restore data. Incorrect. I can access the data that has been deciphered. The rest is no longer in a state that can be considered intact, and is therefore irretrievable through any means. If you would like the data that was able to be recovered, I can make it available to you. Affirmative. Data points include a survey of several fringe systems, biochemical assessments, inquiries on Tracker's assets, and error. I have transferred the data to this slate if you wish to refer to them.
An impostor masquerading as the Mantis has been wreaking havoc on the settled systems, ignoring the law.
What is your query? If I don't know it, no one here. I will assist. I still have references. Searching. Error. No further information at this time. I represent all knowledge available within the Trackers Alliance database. If there is a subject I am unable to comment on, there might be active restrictions in place. However, the only Trackers Alliance member sanctioned to instate or remove security authorization for the database is Agent Number 1. I apologize for the inconvenience.
You must harden yourself against doubt.
You're welcome back, Mantis. I have offered the only real lead available to us at present, but if there is something else you wanted to discuss, feel free. Things rarely unfold this easily as we wish, with the contents at least able to offer some insight into the location of your target. I see. You will be forgiven for not knowing our history, but that is not a name I wish spoken within these walls for various reasons. Suffice to say, I do not believe there is anything there worth pursuing. We burned everything having to do with that man, and anything connected to his professional life. Wherever those ashes might be, his transgressions are long buried with them. It is not a past worth dredging up. Is that the extent of information you were able to uncover? I assure you that is not the case. Whatever issues we deal with now, nothing good will come from revisiting those accounts. It is not my intention to impede your investigation. It is possible that personal stake may be clouding my judgment in ways I cannot see. As the procurer of this particular bounty, I suppose I do share some responsibility. If we ignore history, we may doom ourselves to repeat it. You possess good instincts. Perhaps there is more here. But it is an open secret anyway. Most other members are aware, so one more won't change that. With the matter settled, Koyos is now authorized to index information across Volk's accounts, contacts, safe houses, and previously known aliases. And since he is no doubt listening in on this very conversation, you should be receiving coordinates shortly to wherever your data points and something on that list of assets have lined up.
Affirmative. Transmitting identified coordinates now.
If you still require answers beyond that, I will allow it. But just this once. In truth, the events that unfolded bring me a great shame I do not believe myself worthy of overcoming at times. Volk, at one point, was the best of us. He chased his quarry to the ends of the universe, an ideal trackers strive toward. I had thought that capturing the most bounties in our storied history would be enough. A hunger like that is not easily satiated. It is my hope that we can afford to as much as possible. I am thankful someone with your disposition decided to join us. Most of us come to this line of work from the same place, but our individual circumstances lead to some approaches being much more volatile. It is something Volk would never have admitted at the time, but he looked up to the Mantis. He really did want to make a difference, in his way. Perhaps from that lofty goal he grew frustrated that he never felt any real change in the system. Felons were cycled in and out as criminality steadily rose. Despite our collective efforts, there was an especially sharp spike in crime a few years back that stretched our resources fairly thin. It was around then that Volk began his policy of no survivors. He looked up to one idea of the Mantis. He would argue the only one worth emulating. You see, the Mantis wasn't always known as a bounty-hunting hero. Their origin story is as stained as any other lawless rogues. The stories that leave pirates to this day dreading the mere mention of their name. Those were born of the original hunter that took on the Mantis mantle, and though the legends changed over time as they were passed down, from a symbol of fear into one of hope, Volk was always more enamored by the former. And it is an apt sound. Volk had had his disagreements in policy before then, but it's at that point that he felt emboldened to indulge his demons. The previous agent number one looked the other way as he tore across the systems. And so did we. With more work to go around than trackers available to take it, we could not afford infighting, which gave Volk his opportunity. He killed our number one in cold blood, and I let it happen. I knew he had ambition, but I was naive in thinking it had a limit. It is a mistake I still carry with me to this day. You can understand why I do not wish to dwell on this history. As with most moral discussions that persist, solutions are rarely black and white. But, right or wrong, we have limits in place for a reason. I hope this at least provides you some perspective as you pursue your target. I know in my mind Volk is dead, but I sense the same unease as this Mantis grows emboldened. Put an end to this before the worst comes to pass, and history repeats itself on a grander scale.
Authorized user. State your purpose. Confusion. The mantis is inside. Recognition patterns functional. Puzzlement. Oleg is equipped with solution. Restoration of access in progress. User does not possess access keycard. Granting. You must be more careful in the future. Please do not lose this again.
This location will be found so soon. Usually one has to be lured here. Intense narrowing of focus as a coping mechanism, denying the reality of one situation. One subject, isolated. Threat assessment, negligible. Potential affiliations, Ecliptic, fleet, possibly independent. Requires further inquiry. The Mantis? No, I'm on this side of the glass. I am me. I am the Mantis. This is not real. You are real. Ignore the excess. Subject presents as delusional. Proceeding with discretion. Resuming pre-trial. Direct intervention, not deemed critical. Still, list of unknowns requires further examination before final judgments. Ventilation clear. Anesthetic primed. Adjusting dose as appropriate. Inducing sedation state now. Auxiliary systems on standby. Fixation on an identity they have no claim to. Strong egocentric tendencies. Initiating vetting process. Moving to trial phase. Observation will continue so long as the subject does. But signs point to this one falling sooner than the others. That's just a taste of what's in store for you.
Still getting weird gravity readings. I guess that's a good thing. Just keep going.
Just keep going!
Dusty, snap out of it.
Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Whoa, you don't look good.
That won't save you. You're only dragging things out. observation phase has ended. I have everything I need to bring things to a close. These results, I admit, are disappointing. And alongside your history, well, you can see why I'm justified in stalling you here. Enough with the lies, the deception. Not be tricked again. I am me, and you are nothing less than a sinner who deserves no more rights than a figment of the imagination. But in the interest of good faith, let's read aloud my findings before we begin. Before us, we have one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. A bounty hunter with a bounty, wanted across the entirety of known space. Which brings us to the transgression that ultimately led you astray today. Proud member of the Trackers Alliance. Purveyors of the very system of injustice they would have me ignore. Buying and selling freedom with the unearned moral superiority that can only come with governmental backing. The list goes on, but you can clearly see the issue we have on our hands. I will not be judged by you, so I would save that fire for yourself. You'll need it for what comes next. Now that we've passed judgment, we move to our final phase. You've all heard the charges, all of which our subject is clearly guilty of. Do as you see fit to ensure he never commits them again. Further with physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? Any of this look familiar?
Take it easy. Do you know where you are? Patient at Loberon Medical? Any of this look familiar? Please, not this again. I thought we were making progress. A regression like this could push your timeline back indefinitely. The Mantis isn't real. They can't hurt you. Not here. Please, not this again. We were making such progress. But if you insist on regressing into this delusion, we should resume sedation. Now lay back and give yourself over to the treatment. I know it's hard to accept, but you're almost through the worst of it. An imitation, am I? You're so far removed from what it means to bear that name, that you're no longer worth the effort. It seems as though we're through here.
That's it. I'm done indulging you. I offered you mercy, and you refused my kindness. Whatever you are, whatever game you're playing at, it ends here. I am the only Mantis that matters. You are nothing. Inheriting some false ideal from a dead woman does not entitle you to the position. You lack the resolve necessary to carry its burden. Only I can. You are deceived by a narrow vision, blind to the good that can come from using the Mantis as a force of change. I'm sure the lies no one's fed you make you think that. Your leader says my way is immortal simply because it's not theirs. You can't tell me putting criminals away permanently is wrong. You leave someone alive and they end up committing more crimes. Have you really accomplished anything? Done any good? Can you really consider that justice? But to whom? What does it matter what we do to someone who doesn't care how they affect others to begin with? The Trackers Alliance wants to judge me as if they hold some divine right above mine. But the truth is, the only thing that separates us is which end of the barrel we end up on. If only you could admit to yourself that you see the logic in what I'm saying, we could provoke a revolution, enact real change. You've been derelict in the duties of the Mantis, so you are in no position. I have the conviction to follow through on my ideals. While you simply spout platitudes into the void. Your lack of action contributes to the stagnation of justice that I fight against. So in vanquishing you, I too vanquish that evil. Your evaluation is at its end. You're a threat to my work and need to be taken off the board. The time for talking is over, and I will not be denied. Not by you, not by anyone.
the last list, so let's try this again. Need 3 positron batteries. Pylons have been running low on juice. Bay doors have been sticking. Need coolant and a new control rod. As many turret parts as I can get my hands on. Oh, and some lubricant for Oleg. A special order at the chop shop should be ready soon, too. I'll see if they have any better jamming equipment before taking off. Oleg, diagnostic for turret 44239C.
44239-C. Status: nominal. Secondary rotor is 12 years past its recommended replacement period. Additional comment: as encounter frequency has increased, perhaps it would be advisable to invest in higher grade armaments to decrease amount of needed replacements.
I get it, Oleg, but it's a no-go. I know you like the Mark IV, but there's too many eyes on the restricted stuff right now. I'll see what I can do on my next run.
Noted. Do you require another suture kit?
No, it's fine. Plus, scouters are good reminders. From now on, I'm shooting them all up with chems from the start, even if they're already out cold.
Reminder set. Would you like me to commence cleanup?
Yeah. When you're done, come meet me inside. I've got some schematics to look over. Thanks, Oleg.
Recognition. I am Oleg.
I found something for you.
Welcome, Tracker. I received confirmation of the system before your arrival. I expected nothing less. If you would indulge me, I would be interested in what exactly transpired. Who did this Mantis turn out to be? We had no records of any remaining connections to Volk after his discharge, let alone one primed as a successor. A fact he clearly took great pains to conceal. As I mentioned before, Volk had his ambitions while in the Alliance. Perhaps his dissatisfaction with us was more systemic than I had once thought. It is possible this furtive disciple was an attempt at redressing his qualms with our direction. The depth of Tracker's knowledge he imparted to her would service that theory. Was any of this mentioned when you confronted this Ilyana? I am no stranger to criticisms of the Alliance, or of its leadership. Volk made clear his objections to the latter above all. But for all our differences, of which there were many, my indignation did not come in the face of the false accusations, but of the ones that rang true. As for this Mantis, how do you reconcile their ideology? Do you have any doubts as to the decision you made in stopping them? An honest reflection. We all have our notions of vengeance, but a system cannot function based on righteous anger. You saw things from another's perspective, yet you followed through and did what you thought was right. You have exceeded my expectations in taking on this bounty, as high as they were. Your payment, well earned. We can return to our work, and the ghosts of our past can once again be put to rest. You have my gratitude, Mantis.
Hey, Keller. I might need to start investing in whatever company makes body bags.